Wednesday. It's a grey, somewhat cold, increasingly windy day. So I've been tossing up about whether to pull the raw water pump off, pull it apart, see about getting a new seal, but I think I'll just leave that till after the weekend. Oh, we're starting to get some rain now. So, not much of a day. I think I'll just head home. It's, 1 o'clock, so the bad weather has arrived. It's Friday mid-afternoon. The worst of the weather went through by this morning. Once again we've had water blowing all the way into the cockpit. We've still got a few showers around, but very pleasant when the sun's out. Oh, I've had lunch. I've got northerly today. Not raining at the moment, could be a few squalls, but we should be fine. So the Lombardini LMG9000 marine generator lives in this locker here. Port forward. There she is. So we'll remove most of the stuff from in here, take at least half the sound shell off, and whip out the raw water pump. Right, here she is. I know from last weekend we need to drop the oil removal pump down, take off the 2 hoses, drop the fan belt off, and then there's a couple of bolts in here which are almost inaccessible. Top bolt's alright, bottom bolt, not much room with the sound shell there, and then the pump's out. Right, well, always easier the second time, and now we'll pull it apart. We made it before the next squall comes through, so that's good. Well, first we'll take the backing plate off, and I'll leave the impeller out with 2 screwdrivers. Loosen the nut that holds the pulley on, and the easy thing is to jam a big screwdriver through the slot in the shaft so it doesn't turn. Now, this is the pump side of the pulley. There is a washer here you need to remember to put back in, and a circlip to remove. Right, it should be in here somewhere. That's a pretty cheap set, but it should do the job. Well, they're pretty flimsy, but the circlip's out. I'm going to have to mitt the feet and go home and press it out. Well, in the absence of a hydraulic press, let's go over the shaft. It's bottoming out in the bottom of the, I don't know, hex bit. Big socket over the end. Just checking progress. Here, bearings coming. Oh, just for reference, I've gone one bigger, 35mm, and this one's a 1/2 inch. I don't think the sizes are too critical. Right, it's out. Looking at this, so this bearing, focus, absolutely fine. This one still reasonably good, but a bit of rust. And if we look inside, I'm fairly sure it's been leaking for a while. So there's the seal, and we need to get that out. Right, I'll take the bearings off. So the one closest to the pulley seems fine. This one here is probably okay, but we'll see what it costs to replace it. O-ring here, which I presume is the slinger for the water coming through. So I'll see if I've got a bearing puller that'll work. I don't have exactly the right tool, but now we're onto a ball joint separator, which is working. Right, we'll just clean the shaft up. Belt driven Sebastian length, made higher. Looking better. There's a bit of a mark where the seal was. We'll just see if we can smooth that out a bit. Pretty much just polished it. Didn't actually, and got rid of the crud. Didn't remove any significant metal. Used a very low grit, very old oiled paper. Well, I've put the good bearing back on, and the O-ring, and the circlip. So we need a new bearing here, although the old one would do, and we definitely need a new seal. We might as well give it a bit more of a clean, so I've taken out, I don't know, maybe it's called the cam, but the bit that squashes the impeller as it goes around between the ports, and we'll have a good clean inside. So 9 o'clock on Saturday. We had thunderstorms, lots of rain and lightning last night. Power was off over there. So I've just been into one of the local engineering merchants who's open on Saturday. So I will have breakfast and then probably go home and do some more work on the water pump. Seals have to be ordered. I've got the bearings, so they should be here early next week. I'm back home. So there is WAKAWAKA racing going on based in Parua Bay, and they'll be coming past shortly because they're obviously doing a long leg up the harbour. Oh, here comes the first one. So on my way back from the boat, there's quite a few out there. Number 2, not far behind, within striking distance. Quite a few support boats out. They're a bit tired, but they have the wind behind them and the tide with them at the moment, so that'll make it a wee bit easier. There's number 3, and it looks like Coast Guard in behind, going down harbour. Quite a big gap back to the next 2, who look like they're in a close fight. The 4th is loaded to get to the bulk of the fleet now. Sitting there are a lot of teams this year. Another Coast Guard boat going past. And there's still more. I believe this is the last one. I can't see any more further up the harbour. They'll be tired. Back in my garage workshop, so I got 3 bearings, so 1 for now, 2 spares, and a heady price of $14. Thank God it's industrial, not marine, otherwise it would be 10 times as much. So the bearings are 6202 with double seals. So we can install the new bearing onto the shaft. There's the good old bearing, and then we have to wait for the seal, which will be early next week. Right, success. Oh, I chucked this up in the lathe to clean the inside, but yeah, a little bit dangerous with those hose pipes. I don't really want to take them out, so I'm just using it to hold it while I do it by hand. Right, inside's looking pretty good. Might as well beautify the outside. Oh, we might as well do this end. Oh, that's looking a bit more presentable. So I'm pretty happy with that. Can't reassemble it yet without the seal. Oh, I do need to clean down where the seal sits, just down in there. And I've even remembered to put the, I don't know, cam back in. So we just need some seals, or a seal. I've also put a coat of rust fighting primer on the pulley, and a night's coat of black. It's a nice evening. We've been having a few showers come through. Some pretty stunning clouds. And might still be some thunder heads around. Maybe over there. It's what, just after 9 on Sunday morning, so quite a cold southerly blowing at the moment. Here's a couple of yachts heading down for the Winter Series race. I don't think I'll bother today, it's quite cold and grey at the moment. Oh, here they are coming back. There's Kerry and Dawn Treader. And down here is
This has nothing to do with you.
one of the other boats. Seals hadn't arrived, so as I got the day off, I popped in to Motion they're called now, or Seco is what I know of them as, or Seco Wilson. Anyway, and they had one seal in stock, and it was a heady price of $5.81. I've also done some research and discovered that these bearings with DDU seals are more water resistant, so I'll actually, which I also bought, they're a bit more expensive, they're just over $10 each. Anyway, I will put one of them in closest to the impeller. So it's a case of taking that one off and replacing it with the one with better seal. That one's still fine where it is. Right, here's the bearing with DDU seals, so different colour and a little bit more friction to it as the seal is more intimately associated. Right, Bearings are on, seal is in place. Right, installed, need the circlip now. Right, circlip's in place, now we just need to put the impeller in and the cover. Right, well, it's all back together, and the trouble is I forgot to put the mounting plate on, which needs to go on before I put the pulley on. Right, it's all back together again. Oh, it's a very grey Wednesday lunchtime, so I'll pop the water pump on, hopefully before it starts raining. It's in place, but it's the wrong way around on the mount. Bugger. Oh, that's better. The clue was that the bottom hose was hitting this bolt here. And I checked the photos, and the screw that holds the cam in needs to be here. So just as well I caught that. Otherwise, if I forced everything into place, it would probably be pumping backwards. Pipes on, everything's tight, belt's good tension, oil pump's back in position, or not tightened up, better do that, and then I'll go and start it. Well, I've turned on both air cons, both hot water heaters, so a bit of load on now. It's not leaking, so that's volts, supposed to be 230, pretty close to it, and this is 20 amps at 230 volts AC, and current generator hours 581. Water pump shouldn't have needed a rebuild by then, but it was a failure of the raw water boost pump. Generator off from the house, off in itself, and back on the shore power. Right, we'll manage to get that in before the rain forecast for this afternoon started. It's been drizzling a bit, and I got quoted over $2,000 for a replacement, and Lombardini has no repair kits. So I'm glad I decided to start work on my own. It's probably cost about $20 in bearings and seals. The new impeller already had time some frustration, but success. I now have enough to rebuild it 2 more times. Oh, we've had fairly steady rain. It's cold. But the good news is that the boat now has a working generator again.